Hello, this is Victor Cuevas with Victor for Advice, and I'm shooting an introductory video for another video I'm sending you that recently came out, and it was filmed by the Nash Institute, and it's about an hour long. And this is a very, very significant video, and I'm practically begging all of you in my infinite banking family to watch the video. Now, you know, Nelson Nash is the founder of the infinite banking concept, and he practiced it for decades, and it was his passion in life towards the latter part of his life to spread the message of infinite banking to anyone and everyone who would listen to him. And little by little, he started picking up a following of some very reputable people that started listening to him. And so this video is a way for you to get to know the man who started this whole revolution of the infinite banking concept, and know him as I knew him. I trained personally under him and his group. I met him personally, hung out with him a little bit, and I really enjoyed my time with him. I enjoyed watching him lecture and sitting under his instruction. What he did several years ago is started the Nelson Nash Institute. At the time it was called the Infinite Banking Institute. And they did it because little by little the word was getting out about infinite banking, and people were starting to teach it, but they weren't getting it right. And there was no way of controlling the message, no way of knowing these people were really doing the right thing. Many weren't even using the right products. So he didn't want the incredible concept of infinite banking to be destroyed by people who weren't doing the right thing. So he started the Infinite Banking Institute. Now, the way I came about it is that I'd been in, I have my insurance licenses. I've had all my securities licenses. I used to be an estate and financial planner in the Atlanta area, worked for a firm up there. I used to do, mutual funds. I used to be an investment advisory representative. I charge a fee for my services. Use third-party certified financial analysts to handle my clients' money, all that stuff. I've been in that world. And 2008, and before that, 2002, 2003, actually this whole century has pretty much blown out of water the world of the securities markets for the average person. I don't feel that the average person out there should have their money, none of it, or maybe just a small portion of it, in the stock market. 401ks haven't worked out the way they were intended to. Pensions are going by the wayside. And so, I knew from what happened with my clients and me that I didn't want to be in that world anymore, and I left it a few years ago after almost 20 years in it. So what to do next? And I'm always looking for ways to learn new things about the financial world, new products, new strategies that will work best for my clients. I knew that I wanted to be in safe money, and I came upon the infinite banking concept. And so I went to listen to Nelson Nash. I went to one of his think tanks, and I said, this is it. This is the foundation that every person in America should base their financial future on. This is the best way to warehouse your wealth. This is the best way to live debt-free without being a slave to the lender. This is the way to build generational wealth. And so I determined that I was going to learn it. And when he started the Infinite Banking Institute, I was one of the first there. And on that wall back there, I proudly display my diploma from the Infinite Banking Institute, the Nelson Nash Institute. I was back in December of 2013. And I've been preaching and videoing and telling people about infinite banking ever since. And since then, more and more and more people. Back then, it was a little difficult to get someone to get involved. And so I decided to do videos and to explain it with videos. And little by little, people started, coming across the videos looking for something different, or heard a little bit about that and found my videos. And wow, I tell you, over the last 12 to 18 months, lots of people have been coming on board, and it's pretty incredible, and it's been happening all over the nation. But something sad happened earlier this year, and that is that Nelson Nash passed on after living a long, rich life. And it was pretty sad to see that happen. I knew, when I met him, he was getting up in years. And so this video is a tribute to him, and it kind of goes into the history of infinite banking. You get to meet and to know Nelson Nash like few people will ever get to, even though it's a movie. I want you to understand kind of the way I felt when I first sat under his instruction and listened to him, and the lights started coming on. Of course, I read his now famous book, Becoming Your Own Banker, the one I recommend to everyone. This is the 5th edition. Even before I went to the Institute, when I met him personally, I bought this book from him, Building the Warehouse of Wealth. I made videos using that same terminology, the warehouse of wealth. I was proud for him to put his autograph right there, sign the book, and I cherished that. Of course, one of his, I guess my favorite book of all is How Privatized Banking Really Works, Integrating Austrian Economics with the Infinite Banking Concept, written by Carlos Lara and Robert Murphy. Robert Murphy is a PhD in Austrian economics, which is what the infinite banking is based on. He's brilliant. I've sat under his instruction as well. And I just, man, if you just, I know it's an hour long, folks, but please, in the next 7 days, can you watch it? Can you commit to watching it? You see, infinite banking is an educational process, like anything. Those who are financially educated are the ones that ultimately are going to do the best in the future financially. And most of you that are listening to this video have already become involved with the infinite banking concept. Some of you have put in a lot of money into the concept, and you did it because you have an understanding of it, you know how powerful it is, and you want to have that kind of future, that kind of fundamental base, that bedrock of your financial future in infinite banking, because you know how important it is. But if you watch this video, you'll get, a deeper, much deeper appreciation of the infinite banking. The more you learn about it, especially the more you understand about the origins of it, the more dedicated and committed you'll be to following infinite banking for the rest of your life and handing it down to your generations. And Nelson Nash was huge into generations, generational wealth, giving his family, his children, his grandchildren, financial freedom through infinite banking. I'm also going to send you, because I am a graduate of the Nelson Nash Institute, I'm going to send you an e-version of this book, the same book. Now, it's over 300 pages. I highly, highly encourage you to read it. I'm telling you what, if you read this book, you'll understand more about the banking system than probably 95% of all certified financial planners out there, advisors, stockbrokers, they don't know about this stuff. They don't know about sound money. And it will just like expand your mind beyond what you can imagine about infinite banking and how, and it's kind of scary. The stuff that goes on in our banking system, the history of our banking system, scare you to death, some parts of it. So I want you to understand all that and have an appreciation like I have an appreciation, because I'm a missionary on this stuff. I mean, I love this stuff, and I love what it can do for people, and that's all I do anymore is infinite banking and fixed annuities. If you already have a retirement account or established someplace else, I use fixed annuities for that. But please watch that. I'm going to send you the e-copy of How Privatized Banking Works. Pick up this book, Building Your Warehouse of Wealth. And of course, if you don't have this book, this is the basics. How to get it. All right. Okay. Again, this is Victor with Victor for Advice. Any questions, concerns, let me know. And please share this video, share my YouTube channel, share this information with 2 or 3 people you know that you care about, that you value. Expose them to this. You'll be doing them a favor.